Hello, sweet honeybees. I am currently at my Nana and Pawpaw's grave. I was on my way up to the city for a free music event today, but I knew that I wanted to record something inspired by the murder victim support group session that I had today. And I drove past the cemetery. I love how the wind is picking up. I drove past, and there goes a bluebird. Oh my gosh. I drove past the cemetery to get to the road that I grew up on to try to avoid traffic. After I drove past the cemetery, I saw the same number that I associate with my mom a couple of different times. And then I passed a sign that said Starlight, and I was just like, I should just go sit at the cemetery to record my video real fast. I don't want to make this too long, but the reason why I wanted to come here to do it is because it's all relevant to my family. Today there was a new woman in the meeting that I had not met before. And she's a Christian, a very devout Christian, just like my grandparents were. But she had a very positive perspective of everything going on, and it was really refreshing from the judgment that I grew up with. She talked about how she's at peace with what happened, and she's okay with what happened, that it was just her son's time to go, that there are no mistakes, that God has a plan. I believe in God. I'm just not a Christian. I do believe in a higher power. I do believe that there is a divine blueprint for everything, and that everything happens with purpose and for a reason. I accept what happened to my mom, but I still find myself extremely frustrated because I grew up in this narcissistic family system where I was emotionally neglected and emotionally abused. I was the scapegoat child, the problem child, the rebel, because I was the openly sick child in this sick family that wanted the sickness to be kept a secret. And I didn't have a voice. And here, my family has done all of these awful things before and after my mom's murder. There's a lot of suspicious circumstances that no one really listens to me. No one with power to be able to investigate will listen to me. They either just think I'm crazy or that it's just about the money, when all I want is the truth. So I get really frustrated that my aunt and my uncle just get to go on with their lives after everything that they've done, while my sister and I struggle. And they've turned the family against us. They've turned family friends against us, lying about us and manipulating the narrative, making us out to be the bad guys. Meanwhile, they used their own sister's murder as an opportunity to make themselves wealthy. And I just get so frustrated. And today, the therapist that hosts it was just kind of like, you know, your family scapegoats you and targets you for a reason. You know that, right? Do you understand that? And I do understand it. My aunt and my uncle experienced the exact same things that I experienced. They try to fill this void with material things, alcohol, sex, things that don't necessarily make you happy in life. They're just these temporary things that give you this quick dopamine hit, and then you're right back to being miserable, because that's not what fills the void that you desperately want to fill. And my uncle in particular, he's jealous of the way that I can acknowledge what I have experienced, I can speak the truth and acknowledge my pain, but I do not allow my pain to turn me into a monster. I do not allow my pain to control me to the point where I can't experience happiness. I can't experience joy. I can't have fun with my life and let go and truly live in the moment and be myself. I see the worth in myself and the value within myself. I know what's truly important in life, and I don't need the validation of others or money or sex or drugs or anything like that to make me feel that happiness. It's just something that I create for myself inside of me. I create my own self-worth. And that just gets under his skin because that's something that he has not been able to do because of the abuse that he went through. It's sad, really. He is a hurt person that hurts so many other people. His own sister, his niece, his children, his wife, his employees, his tenants. When I was recording at the cemetery, I forgot to mention something that was so relevant. This morning, I woke up with this song stuck in my head that's like rage, money, power. And then at one point, it's like money, hungry, major, fraud. Very interesting that that is the song I wake up with in my head when I am literally having a day where I'm talking about my uncle. That's another thing that he doesn't like about me. The fact that I don't need to have power over other people to feel powerful. I understand how powerful I am on my own without money, without the validation or praise of others, without having to harm other people. Guess that makes me more powerful than him, right? He can't face that pain and admit what happened to him and overcome it and find worth within himself. So he has to project that pain onto others and try to bring them down to his level. And that's not going to be me. I have hard days sometimes, yes, but I'm only human. We all have hard days sometimes. The situation that I'm in, my feelings of frustration and anger are valid. I just don't allow them to completely dictate my reality. I've been focusing on my creativity and the things that make me happy in life as I have been working to heal the complex trauma that I have survived. I've been attacked and I've had people try to abuse me. The more authentic that I become, people don't like that. And I'm still not letting it get me down. It's not bringing me down. It's not going to slow me down anymore. I'm not going to allow another to dictate my energy and choose my fate or my destiny for me. I choose that for myself. I am the one in control. I am the one with all of the power. And I have faith that everything is working out the way it is meant to. I have received guidance that the truth is going to come out into the light eventually. But even if it doesn't, he still doesn't get away with it. Because I know he lives in his own personal hell of his own design in his mind every single day of his life. That's why he has to hurt people. He's in hell, so he wants other people to be there with him. And I hope one day he's able to face himself, take a good hard look at his shadow and choose the healing process. It's not easy, but we're all capable of it. And in the eyes of the universe, it's all unconditional love. We learn our lessons in our own time. Some make mistakes that are worse than others, but you're still worthy in the eyes of the universe. That doesn't mean there aren't consequences. It's hard. This whole situation with my mom has been really hard. The whole situation with my grandparents has been really hard. Just because you grow up in this painful, harmful family doesn't mean you don't love them. Just because you distance yourself from people doesn't mean you love them. I don't have hatred in my heart for anybody. I'm just learning how to love myself after being taught to hate myself. And I'm learning how to have boundaries and have firm boundaries. Be myself, choose myself, live life for me and no one else. I'm not going to conform to anyone's expectations of what I am supposed to be. I'm not going to beg or sugarcoat or change who I am as a person to keep other people in my life. I'm done doing all of that. That's not a life that I want to live. I'm finally learning how to let go and surrender and trust the process, and it's a really good feeling. Well, I'm gonna go get back in my car, head to the city so I can go catch some music, play around with my dragon staff and my new batons that came in the mail. I'm so excited. Thank you so much for listening to me. I hope you have an absolutely wonderful day, night, week, month, year, and life. Thank you so much for being here. I'm really grateful for you. And I love you so much. Bye! It has been a fabulous day today. I learned some new tricks on my staff. Had quite a few people ask me, what is that? Asking me how to do it. I'm not very good at it yet, but showed a couple of people how to do a chi roll. That was cool. There was also a guy balancing on a tightrope. That was awesome. He said he's going to Croatia for 2 months. Very cool. It's been a good day. Had a nice vegan burger and some delicious French fries. And had some New Zealand real fruit ice cream, some delicious vanilla blended with blueberries and bananas. It's been a good day. It's been a really good day. Thank you, Spirit.